Clarity creates control. Financial discipline starts with you. If you don't have financial discipline, no one else will help you achieve financial discipline. Okay, what is the difference between finance and accounting? That's the first question. Using your BRS, how do you create a finance dashboard? You received, let's say, 100 rupee, you have to pay all the expenses, left out is your profit. Clarity creates control. When you know that this is where you're spending more, this is where you're spending less, this is where you're wasting money, you will be able to correct it. The first thing is Google Sheet, day one. Okay, Excel sheet I don't suggest because it's not handy. How much I paid, how much I have to pay. This tells you the complete health of the business. A lot of people, what happens? They think I still have cash in the business, which means I'm doing good. But you have so much of running liability, which is growing. Many businesses fail not because they are not able to make sales. They do a lot of sales, but they don't know how to manage it. And then they get into financial crisis and they close down. See, in the initial days of your business, you should know how the money is coming in, how the money is going out. Next is finance dashboard. Using your BRS, how do you create a finance dashboard? Now, okay, can someone tell me what is the difference between finance dashboard and accounting dashboard? Then, what is that you should do monthly, quarterly, and annually for compliance and other things? That's where you can't do it yourself. That's where you need a chartered accountant. But the first 3, 4, you must do it. Why finance matters? Why finance matters in business? Finance and accounting? Tell me. Okay, what is the difference between finance and accounting? That's the first question. Finance is receiving money, paying money. Accounting is keeping a track of it. You got it? You are paying someone or you are receiving money from somebody. That is finance. Accounting is maintaining a track of it is accounting. Bookkeeping is accounting. Is that clear? So now, I mentioned this first point. Every rupee tells a story. Can you tell me why every rupee tells a story? Once, what happened? We were raising funding for the company. Somebody was doing a due diligence. They were looking at all the expense heads. My finance team had put puja expenses. So now, how much money you spend on puja? See, a lot of times what happens, you'll not realize. Money which comes into your business is not your profit. You received, let's say, 100 rupee, you have to pay all the expenses, left out is your profit. That too after paying your salary. Clarity creates control. When you know that this is where you're spending more, this is where you're spending less, this is where you're wasting money, you will be able to correct it. If you don't know what to correct, how do you correct it? Some of the greatest business owners, successful business owners, they have absolute control on finance. Very, very important, right? So where will you track your business expenses? The first thing is Google Sheet, day one. Okay, Excel sheet I don't suggest because it's not handy. Google Sheet, if you install Google Sheets in your phone, Android or iPhone, it's super easy to track everything in your Google Sheet. Initially, that's the best tool. I won't recommend you to go to anything. Once the business starts shaping up, you can go for any of these tools like, Zoho Books and things like that. There are options available. There are actually 4 things in business, okay? The 4 things in business. First is how much I received, how much I have to receive, how much I paid, how much I have to pay. This tells you the complete health of the business. How much I received, how much I have to receive. I did a sales of, let's say, 1 crore rupee. 50 lakh has come in. 50 lakh is yet to come, which means I am always eyeing on when do I collect it. Some customers have to speak to them emotionally. Sir, I have not paid employee's salary, please release the payment. Do it. Some people you have to threaten them. Sir, if you don't release the payment, I won't be able to send you the next shipment. I mean, the next order I won't be able to deliver on time. Then he'll pay. So whatever has to be done, right? So, how much I have received, how much I have to receive. How much I paid? I paid already 50 lakh rupee expenses. I still have to pay 30 lakh. A lot of people, you know what happens? They think I still have cash in the business, which means I'm doing good. But you have so much of running liabilities, which is growing. One day you realize I have so much of liabilities, I have to pay 10 crore, but I only have 50 lakh in cash. Then how do you manage? You can't. Right? So who will support you in maintaining financial discipline? I'll tell you, the first thing is, if you don't commit to it, your wife will say this weekend, or husband will say whatever, I mean, I need this money. So financial discipline starts with you. If you don't have financial discipline, no one else will help you achieve financial discipline. Only if you have it, others may learn with time. Sometimes it won't happen, that's okay. But if you don't have financial discipline, nobody is going to help you. I will teach you how to prepare your BRS. What is BRS? It's the habit of tracking and categorizing your daily bank transactions, so you always know where your money is going and coming from. Clear? Such a simple thing. Don't get confused with the word. It sounds like a jargon, but it's so simple. Okay? Why do it today? Why do it daily? You won't forget who you paid or why. How to do it? I told you, your bank statement. Open your bank statement. Copy the day's transaction to a Google Sheet. What are the columns there? Can you see there? Date, particular/details, debit, credit, balance. These are the only 5 columns. Copy that from the bank statement. After that, add 3 columns to capture. From, to whom? You know, who paid you or who did you pay? Correct? Purpose. Why money came in or went out? Then accounting head. Rent, salary, vendor, sales, capital, loan repayment, whatever the head set is. Isn't it so simple? Man, that's all. That's all is BRS. You don't need an accountant at all. You give this dump to a chartered accountant month end, they will do your GST filing, TDS payment, everything they will do it. Super easy. So finance dashboard will have receipt summary, payment summary by using the last column. Which column? Accounting head column. So under accounting head, how much money came through sales, how much money came through owner's capital, how much money came through loan, how much money went out for purchases, how much money went out for salary, how much went out for rent, electricity, loan repayment. You create that simple dashboard. But do you know something? This is completely connected to bank statement. This is not your profit and loss statement. There is a difference between accounting dashboard and finance dashboard. Now I'll explain you the difference between finance dashboard and accounting dashboard. Are you here? Yes. Okay. For the month of March, listen, for the month of March, you had to pay 10,000 rupee rent. You paid on 5th of March. Where does it appear? In finance dashboard. When you create finance dashboard or finance dashboard, in which month it appears? March rent of 10,000 you paid on the 5th of April. Where does it appear? April month in finance dashboard. In accounting dashboard? March. Because that expense belongs to March. So when you create your accounting dashboard, basically that's your P&L account. It belongs to March month. Because you have to calculate in the month of March how much revenue I made, how much expenses I made, what is my net profit. If you have these 3 things, BRS, finance dashboard, accounting dashboard, your job is done now. What do you need to do now? Hand it over to a chartered accountant. Tell him, sir, I've got, this is the bank statement. You don't have to maintain any tally. This is more than sufficient. And now Tally gives you Excel upload option. They just download this Excel file, upload it to Tally. All ledgers, everything gets created automatically. We can actually do that. Right? Super easy. Okay, now you have this data. Now what do you need to do? Based on this data, you have to calculate your GST input output, and then you have to pay GST and file GST returns. GSTR1, GST3B and all that, right? That is the first thing. Second, you have to pay TDS and file TDS returns quarterly. Payment, of course, TDS payment has to be done every month. Then third, you have to do your PT payments, PF payments and all that if you have more employees. Fourth, annual returns filing and all that. This is where a chartered accountant comes in.
Boss wala. Be the boss.